Do I have a dream for you guys? Well, it starts off with a rich kid being kicked out of his AI generated, not generated, like AI'd, with Alexa and electronical stuff that you can just use, like, hey, turn on the microwave, shit like that. Okay, his room. It's a dorm of sorts, and as punishment, his mom decides to move him and all of his stuff into a regular dorm. Nothing electronical, nothing whatsoever. So I'm assuming this takes place somewhere in the future. And from that point, he moves, and now they're accusing him of death. Okay, fucking death. So I get called in to investigate because I'm a detective in this, and I'm proud of myself that I'm a detective in this. So we're in the room. This child has a regular dorm room. It's clean. It's kept clean. It has a bed in the middle. It has shelves of just very expensive whiskey bottles. And I know this because I have a very tiny collection, as in just 5 expensive bottles that I've saved for like 2 years just to buy one, because that's how expensive they are. And they're everywhere. He has like 5 of those. He has a whole bunch of other expensive bottles, but they're expensive bottles. They're the kind of bottles where you're like, okay, this is where all his money's going. I'm in the kitchen, by the way. So he's being accused of something, and everyone's all like, maybe someone paid him. Where's my detective partner's like, maybe someone paid him for making breakfast. And I told him, no, he was receiving an allowance. He's like, how'd you know? Because it says on the papers, dude, do your due diligence. They're like, okay. So then where did the money go to? And I told her, don't you see it? She's like, what? It's everywhere. The bottles. The bottles are expensive. It is the alcohol, so they take the bottles to go get looked at to see if it's actually alcohol or, what the hell. So the reason he was moved from his fancy room to this ridiculous low-tech room was because he got bad grades. That's it. That's the whole entire thing. Why is his mother dead? His rich mother dead? We don't know. But apparently that's what happened. So she found out he was cheating, and he gets moved to that low room, and then she turns up dead. So here's the thing. You're thinking, oh, well, maybe the son had something to do with it. Maybe not. Want to know why? Because as we're going through the kid's room and we're still searching, guess what? We get a call from county saying that he's dead. He got shot. Sniper coming out of the police office. So we were like, wait a fucking minute, what? So then we had to reassess. Okay, so if it wasn't him committing a murder and he is now a victim, what's the why on both of these situations? So as we're going through everything, we see that he leaves a black light, and he leaves 3 different things that we found that was a little odd for a boy's room. 1, a makeup kit. Now y'all might think maybe he's a cross-dresser. No, he's not, because, well, we would have found more evidence than just a small little makeup kit. It turns out it was his girlfriend's, because apparently he had a girlfriend. Now you might think, hey, it's always the boyfriend. Why can't it always be the girlfriend? We're getting there. So it could be the girlfriend. We don't know. We add her to the list of suspects we might or might not have. And then we start finding letters. Apparently he was being threatened and coerced and blackmailed to do certain things that he wasn't proud of. Like, ding, 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 that's right, cheating. Now, who did this? We don't know. But when we leave, we get a call later that there was a break into the dorm room. We call back, we're like, what the fuck, shouldn't there have been a cop? Somebody, because it was a crime scene. Nobody could have gone in there. It was a fucking crime scene. We had the warrant to search, now it's a crime scene, okay? We get there, all the furniture's gone. All the alcohol's on the floor, and I'm talking the shelves, and we asked, was it the school who did this? They said no. Then why is everything gone? All the furniture, everything, every item, and all that's left is the black light, a scrunchie, and And just kind of stupid, but I think this was my own psychology of the candlestick. So I'm like, okay, why is this here? So as we start opening, going through the curtains, because so here we're looking through what we can because it's there. Going through the bathroom again because it's attached to the one single room. Going through the cabinets, I turned on the black light because remember, there's two of me and my detective buddy. And as we go in there, I turn on the black light, and as I shine it on the corner, kind of like a filigree, I think that's what it's called, the little swirly things that are like on the iron rod gates, a filigree of some sort. If you get caught up, I start waving it, I start putting the light forward, and as I'm raising the light all the way up to the ceiling, it triggers video. So technically this room was not so low tech as we thought. It should have been, but it wasn't. So as we are looking up in the ceiling with the black light, it starts giving you some kind of riddle. I think is when sun touches moon, moon touches sun, night becomes day, and day becomes night. And something, the center as the fall of the sky, and something like that. I remember more visual opposed to words. So as we go back, and we were there for a good 10 minutes because we're detectives. We're supposed to be able to perceive what this riddle means. So the animation is the sun and the moon separating it, and then not bouncing but stopping for a second, and the sun and the moon togethering again, and then rotating, and then coming back the other way, like rotating, crossing, and going. So I figure when the sun hits the moon and the moon hits the sun, logically you go from sun, moon, moon, sun. They switch when you're going from the sun to the moon, and with the laser, with the black light from the moon to the sun, you follow it, they switch, go back. You find your answer. And apparently we did. Apparently the killer of everything was not the girlfriend. It was the sister. The sister had been spending the night there because his mother decided to like take her out of the inheritance, so she was pissed, and she wanted to stay with her brother, who, after getting in trouble for covering for his sister, because that we thought the reason he got kicked out was because he was cheating from his fancy classroom. No, it was because he was covering for his sister. So after his mother found out, the lady felt bad, and the sister felt bad that she put her brother in this position, and she killed her mother by accident. But here's the thing though, the sniper on the boy, on the teenager guy, pre-adult, whatever, was not the sister. It was the sister's boyfriend. So yeah, that was the weirdest dream that I've had. Like, the reason why he killed him is because the whole projection thing was the boy's idea of making himself like a security system. Because yeah, they weren't in a high-tech room, but he was a smart kid, and he knew that his sister was up to some random shit with this guy, hence why the mother disowned the daughter. So he gave himself that. That was the password for his security system. The cameras just dropped down a little, and there were teeny little cameras. And he recorded the conversation where he was having with his sister, where his sister threatened to kill confessing that she killed their mother. I don't think I've ever had a dream where I was in an episode of Law and Order. So there's that. Now I have. Now I freaking have. Oh, and it gets stranger after that. Let me just pause this real quick. Back. Okay, so after that, we solved the case. Now I'm making eggs. Now I have to talk louder. So after that, what ended up happening is that we go to court, we share our findings, the sister gets arrested. Yeah, but the sister gets arrested, the brother or the sister's boyfriend also gets arrested. As we're walking out of court, this is why I think the back rooms are dreams. I start walking down the hallway and slowly the hallway starts to change. Hey! As I start walking down the hallway, I'm somehow always managed to dream that I'm at work, so I'm back at work. In this case, Kmart. Okay. So, this lady tells me to, I think she was a manager or something, she's like, go put this in the back. I go put that thing in the back. They're remodeling the warehouse, so I'm like, okay, well, how the fuck am I gonna go put this in the back? So as I take I don't even know what it was something I can hold in my hand. I see the management and they start putting up tapes off. This exit is closed because of the paint or whatever. So I take I go by one exit, and as soon as I go through the door, or through the warehouse, through the door, I hear fire, and I'm like, I docked okay, I'm like, why in the world would they put this firing range here? And he's like, well, it's because they just moved us. They said this is the only spot. I'm like, no, it's right in front of the doorway. This is not the only spot. Let me find you another spot, but please don't fire. So as I'm looking, I see that they're painting. They are painting around the floor, the emergency, don't cross this line for forklifts and shit like that. They're painting that on the floor. So I'm like, okay, cool. And as I'm making my way, because I see a huge expanse, I'm like, this is a wide-ass fucking space. There's literally just one door in the corner of the room, so there won't be any chance of firing at all. I'm getting shot. So as I start going through there, it's wet paint, and you can hear the stickiness on my feet, and I'm like, oh, dear fucking God. But as I still keep on walking, because I thought it was just like a huge wall. No. Apparently we're in a fucking cruise now. And it's raining outside, which I guess it makes sense because it has been raining for the past 3 days. And it's raining, and it sounds so beautiful. It sounds really, really beautiful. And as it's raining, apparently the cruise ship is being overrun by seals. And because there's always those stupid TikTokers that think, I'm going to go pet the natural wildlife. No, don't go pet the wildlife. It's bad if you pet the wildlife. They got locked outside. And Joey Fatone was the key keeper of the cruise ship. So he had to get called, and not Joey Fatone now. Not Joey Fatone 5 years ago, but Joey Fatone when he just came out in Sync. Oh, I almost slipped up there. Yeah, when he just came out in Sync, which is fucking hilarious. I'm talking frosted tips, sideways tennis thing, cap thing. It was hilarious. He was wearing Van Dutch, okay? Just Van Dutch and Ed Hardy. And then I just saw a whole bunch of TikTokers about to get eaten, I guess. I don't know, do seals eat people? Bruise. Seals were about to bruise a whole bunch of TikTokers. So that's where the dream end. Taking account I went to sleep around 8 because I had to go drop off some kids, and I woke like at 12:50. So you can achieve REM in less than 7 hours. Y'all have a nice day.